Welcome back, wrestling fans, to WWE Insider, where we peel back the curtain on the stories that shake the WWE Universe to its core. Tonight, we're diving into a bombshell that's left fans, superstars, and even the locker room speechless. Triple H has finally broken his silence on Liv Morgan's shocking pregnancy claim about Dominik Mysterio. But this isn't just about a headline, it's a story of betrayal, heartbreak, and a family legacy teetering on the edge. Buckle up, because this one's going to cut deep. The bloodline has been the backbone of WWE for years, a dynasty built on power, loyalty, and the unbreakable bond of family. Roman Reigns, the tribal chief, carried the weight of that legacy, flanked by the Usos, Solo Sikoa, and later, Dominik Mysterio, the young outsider welcomed into the fold. Their dominance was a spectacle, championships, main events, and a presence that demanded respect. But beneath the surface, there were cracks, silent resentment simmering like a storm waiting to break. Roman's leadership was ironclad, but it came at a cost. The Usos, Jimmy and Jay, were the heart of the bloodline, their twin bond a symbol of unity. Yet, whispers from backstage hinted at tension. Jimmy's loyalty to Roman clashed with Jay's growing need for independence. Solo, the enforcer, stayed quiet, but his stoic demeanor hid a hunger for more than just a supporting role. And Dominik, the newest member, was a wildcard, his loyalty to the bloodline questioned by those who saw his ties to Liv Morgan and the Judgment Day. Please like, share and subscribe for more WWE content. The pressure of being the bloodline was relentless. Every match, every promo, carried the weight of their name. Roman demanded perfection, pushing his cousins to their limits. Backstage, crew members saw the toll. Late-night arguments, strained silences in catering, and Roman's piercing gaze whenever someone stepped out of line. The family was a fortress, but even fortresses crumble under too much strain. Dominik's integration into the bloodline was a gamble. He wasn't Samoan, wasn't born into the Anoa legacy, but Roman saw potential in his edge, his defiance. Dominik brought a new dynamic, a connection to the Mysterio name that added prestige. Yet, his history with Liv Morgan, his on-screen and rumored off-screen flame, raised eyebrows. Some in the locker room whispered that Dominik's heart wasn't fully with the bloodline, that he was playing both sides. The Usos felt the shift first. Jay, always the more outspoken, clashed with Dominik over small things, ring positioning, promo time, even who stood closest to Roman. Jimmy, ever the peacemaker, tried to keep the peace, but his loyalty to Roman made him blind to Jay's growing frustration. Solo, meanwhile, watched from the shadows, his silence masking a brewing resentment toward Dominik's quick rise in the family. Backstage dynamics were a ticking time bomb. Superstars like Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens, who'd tangled with the bloodline before, sensed the fracture. They'd joke in the locker room about Dom's side hustle with Liv, but their words carried a sting. The crew, from producers to makeup artists, felt the tension too. Conversations hushed when Dominik walked by, eyes darted when Liv's name came up. It was a family under siege, not from enemies, but from within. The fans, though, saw only the glory. The bloodline's entrances were electric, their dominance a spectacle that packed arenas. Social media buzzed with edits of Roman's spear, the Usos' superkicks, and Dominik's sly grin as he backed the tribal chief. But fans on X started noticing cracks too. Jay's solo promos, Dominik's lingering glances at Liv during mixed tag matches. The WWE Universe loved the bloodline, but they sensed something was off. Then came SummerSlam 2025, a night meant to cement the bloodline's legacy. Roman and Dominik were set to face Drew McIntyre and Finn Balor in a tag team main event, a chance to silence doubters. The crowd roared as the bloodline's music hit, Roman leading the charge, Dominik at his side. The match was brutal, a showcase of power and precision. But in the final moments, as Roman set up for the spear, Dominik did the unthinkable. The arena froze as Dominik turned, his fist connecting with Roman's jaw. The crowd gasped, a collective inhale that sucked the air from MetLife Stadium. Roman staggered, betrayal etched on his face as Dominik stood over him, eyes cold. The Usos rushed the ring, but Solo hesitated, his gaze flickering between Roman and Dominik. Finn Balor capitalized, pinning Roman as the bell rang, and chaos erupted. The fans' reaction was visceral. Chants of, "You sold out," rained down on Dominik, while others screamed for Roman to rise. Signs in the crowd, once proclaiming, "Acknowledge him," were torn apart in anger. On X, the hashtag #BloodlineBetrayal trended within minutes, fans flooding the platform with clips of Dominik's strike, their words a mix of shock and grief. This wasn't just a heel turn, it was a dagger to the heart of a dynasty. Backstage, the fallout was immediate. Roman, blood trickling from his lip, stormed through the gorilla position, ignoring producers' pleas to calm down. Jay was livid, shoving Dominik against a wall before Jimmy pulled him back. Solo stood apart, his face unreadable, but insiders say he was shaken, loyalty to Roman warring with his own ambitions. The locker room watched in silence, a family drama unfolding in real time. Then came Liv Morgan's bombshell. Days after SummerSlam, on a heated episode of Raw, Liv grabbed a mic and dropped the claim that shook the wrestling world. She was pregnant, and Dominik Mysterio was the father. The crowd erupted, boos and gasps drowning out her words. Rhea Ripley, Dominik's former ally in the Judgment Day, looked gutted, her eyes burning with betrayal as Liv smirked from the ring. The pregnancy claim wasn't just a storyline, it felt too raw, too personal. Backstage sources say Liv's announcement caught even WWE creative off guard, with writers scrambling to pivot. Fans on X speculated wildly, some calling it a work, others pointing to Dominik's real-life marriage and Liv's history of pushing boundaries. The claim hit like a health crisis, a shock that threatened to unravel not just the bloodline, but Dominik's entire world. Triple H, as chief content officer, had stayed silent for days, letting the chaos simmer. But on SmackDown, August 8th, he finally spoke, his voice heavy with the weight of a man who'd seen it all. Standing in the ring, he addressed Liv's claim with measured words, "This is a family business, and family matters stay private. But when you drag our name into the mud, you answer to me." He didn't confirm or deny the pregnancy, but his warning to Liv was clear, there'd be consequences. The emotional aftermath was a storm. Roman, usually stoic, was reportedly inconsolable backstage, not just for the betrayal but for the stain on the bloodline's legacy. Insiders say he blamed himself, questioning if his relentless push for dominance drove Dominik away. Jay, meanwhile, was vocal, telling friends he felt like he'd lost a brother. Jimmy tried to mediate, but his heart was breaking too, torn between family and the betrayal he couldn't forgive. Solo's reaction was the most haunting. The youngest Sikoa, always the silent enforcer, withdrew even further. Crew members noticed him avoiding Roman, skipping team meetings, his loyalty fraying. Some whispered he was angry at Dominik, but others sensed a deeper resentment. Maybe Solo saw an opportunity in the chaos, a chance to step out of Roman's shadow. The scandal rocked Dominik's personal life. His wife, Marie, was spotted without her ring at a recent event, fueling rumors of a family breakdown. Friends say Dominik's been distant, grappling with the public's judgment and Liv's claim. Whether it's true or a calculated move by Liv to destroy the bloodline, the damage is done. Dominik's a pariah, his once bright future clouded by doubt. The locker room is a minefield. Superstars like Cody Rhodes and Becky Lynch, who faced the bloodline's wrath, reached out to Roman, offering support. Others, like Finn Balor, revel in the chaos, seeing it as a chance to weaken a rival faction. The crew feels the tension too. Producers tread lightly around Roman, and even the catering staff notice the somber mood when the bloodline's table sits empty. Fans are grieving a dynasty's fall. The bloodline was more than a faction, it was a symbol of unity, of blood thicker than water. Now, posts on X show fans mourning, their edits of Roman's greatest moments tinged with sadness. Some call for Dominik's head, others beg for the bloodline to reconcile. It's a collective heartbreak, a fandom wrestling with the loss of something they believed in. Health crises, real or rumored, add to the weight. Roman's been open about his leukemia battle, and insiders say the stress of this betrayal has him looking worn. Jay's been icing a nagging shoulder injury, pushing through pain to stand by his family. Dominik, too, seems haunted, his once cocky demeanor replaced by a hollowness that suggests the scandal's taken a toll on his mental health. The legacy of the bloodline hangs in the balance. Roman's reign as tribal chief defined an era, but Dominik's betrayal and Liv's claim threaten to rewrite history. Backstage whispers suggest WWE's planning a major storyline shift, possibly pitting Jay against Dominik at Crown Jewel, a brother versus traitor showdown. Others say Solo's biding his time, waiting to seize control if Roman falters. Triple H's role is pivotal. As the man steering WWE's creative ship, he's navigating a scandal that's both personal and professional. His SmackDown speech was a masterclass in restraint, but sources say he's furious with Liv for blurring the lines between kayfabe and reality. He's reportedly meeting with Roman and Dominik separately, trying to salvage the storyline while protecting the locker room's morale. What does this mean for the Bloodline's future? Roman's legacy is one of power, but also of sacrifice. Every title defense, every family feud, came at a cost.